Hi guys, it's Sherry. I hope that you're having a fantastic day. Y'all, let's do some more inexpensive but posh Christmas in July paper crafting. Stay tuned. Welcome everyone to my channel. I am so grateful that you are choosing to spend a portion of your day with me. You could be anywhere else right now, but you've chosen to spend some of your time with me, and I am so very thankful. And thank you so much to everyone who has bought me a coffee and everyone who participates in my monthly members group, because you guys go above and beyond day in and day out to help me keep this channel running. Thank you so very much. If you're like me, and I think you are, when you give a gift of any type, whether it's Christmas, birthday, anniversary, whatever it is, you want to put your best foot forward on presentation. We are going to do some spectacular paper crafting today, and we are going to do it so inexpensively because you'll be able to make this awesome craft undecorated for about 30 cents, including the cost of adhesive. And my, oh my, oh my, here is what I'm talking about. This is absolutely gorgeous. And you know what we're using to make it? We are using a gift box top. That's all that we need to make this bag. And then how you choose to dress it is totally up to you. But I wanted to make sure that my bag not only had that Christmassy feel to it, but also a nice wintry feel. So I went with this gorgeous silverish blue. And I love how it turned out. And y'all, this is a big bag because when finished, it measures 10 3/4 tall, 7 1/4 wide, and 2.5 inches deep. You can put all types of goodies in this bag. So y'all know what time it is? It's time to make it. All right, y'all, so here is a closer look at this gorgeous, gorgeous bag. This is perfect for that special gift that you might want to give to someone and you want some special gift packaging. Well, here you go. It is 10 3/4 high, 7 1/4 across, and 2.5 deep. So if you have that special gift and you want to make sure that the packaging is equally as special, this is the way to go. So when I open this, hopefully you're able to see just how spacious this is. You have a lot of room in this bag for all types of goodies. And a bag like this is perfect for those tall Bath & Body Works bottles that you might get, the tall tubes of lotion. This is a great box for being able to give something like that. So here is what we're going to need to make it. So we're going to be starting with one of the large gift boxes, and I'm trying to keep the glare off of the plastic, but I did go back to the Dollar Tree and they had the 17 by 11 by 2.5 inch boxes available. So that's what I'll be working with today. And in this one, you get 2 sets. So that means that you're able to make 4 box bodies just like this for $1. So again, I am using the 17 by 11 by 2.5 inch piece. If you don't have any of these gift boxes, you can use some poster board if you like. Just cut it down to 17 by 11. And then I have a decorative strip that I'm just going to be adding, just like I've added this one here. I have a piece of decorative cardstock that measures 5 by 7 1/8. I have a strip for my handle that measures 10 3/4 by 2 3/8. And I have 2 decorative pieces of just lightweight scrapbook paper that I got from Hobby Lobby. And this measures 7 by 10 3/4. Now this is not intended to be Christmas paper, but when you're going for those Christmas silvery blues, this is ideal and perfect for that because look how well the 2 of these work together. This is truly Christmas paper. This one is not designed to be Christmas paper, but it will work as Christmas paper because of how we're going to dress it. So make sure that when you're choosing papers, you're not always just focused on the Christmas papers. Find papers that you can then take and make into Christmas papers. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to deconstruct to reconstruct. So I am just going to take this box apart on all 4 sides. And just open yours just like I have done this one. It's going to look like this on all four. All right, y'all, so with your piece in your scoreboard on the long side, so this is going to be that 17-inch side, we're going to score at 9 3/4. I'll bring it down as far as I can go with it on my scoreboard. And then I'm just going to take this and flip it, put it back in the scoreboard, and go to my 9 3/4 and score until I meet that original 9 3/4 inch score. Then I'm going to take this and just flip it to the opposite end, and I'm going to repeat it. So I'll go to 9 3/4 and I'll score as far as I can go. Then I'm going to take this and I'm just going to flip it just like this. Put it back in, go to 9 3/4 and score. And then I'll rotate it to the shorter end and I'm going to score at 6. So I'll score at 6 as far down as I can go. Flip it to the opposite. Put it back in and score at 6. And those are all of the score marks that we need to make. So now I'm going to bring in my big old spatula and I am going to fold and burnish all of my scores. And where you have this panel and this panel, this is the top of your box. So let's open our project piece and we're going to go right here in the center and we're going to free that tab. And then we're going to rotate it to the opposite side and we're going to free those tabs, but we're also going to remove them. And when you're removing tabs, make sure you're doing so from this part where you have this medium-sized panel and then this top panel. So I'm just going to fold this in and I'm going to take away that panel piece. And then I'm going to remove the remaining top tabs. So when you're done, this is what the top of your box is going to look like. You're going to have all of those flaps removed completely. So now that we have these removed, one of these flaps needs to be turned into our glue flap. So it doesn't matter which one you choose, but one of these end flaps needs to be made a glue flap. So here's how we do that. We're going to remove the corner piece from one end so that we can create a glue flap. So you're going to have the glue flap that looks like that, but on this end you should have a flap that looks like this, and it has the flap at the bottom still. So now that I have my glue flap, I really don't want all of this bulk. So I am just going to use my finger blade and trim away some of that excess, because I didn't want that much bulk when I fold this over. So now this is how your project piece should look. You will have the end pieces that look like this, and you'll have the top that looks like this. One of the things that I am going to do on this tab here, and I should have done it when I trimmed it out, is I'm just going to angle it just a little bit. And so now that project piece looks like this. This is the bottom because we have all of these closures here at the bottom. This is our glue flap, and this is the top. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and make a triangle so that we can get our box to get this gable close on it. And it's going to be easy peasy how we do it. So all you need to do is take your ruler, find your halfway point. So this is a 2.5 inch piece here. I am just going to make a tiny little mark so that hopefully you guys can see that mark right there. Then I'm simply going to take my ruler And I'm going to position my ruler right here in the corner of that score, and I'm just going to line it up with that mark. Then I'll take my stylus or your bone folder, whatever you're using, and I'm going to create an impression. Hopefully you guys can see that impression on there, right there. Then I'll do the same thing here. So I'm coming right into this corner. I'm going to place my ruler, and then I'll slide my ruler over to my mark at the top, and I'll do the same thing. And this is just going to make it so much easier for us to get that gabled fold to our box. So now I need to come over to this one as well and do the same thing. So again, I'll take my ruler. I'm going to place my ruler down, make my mark at 1 1/4. The more you do this, you won't even have to use your ruler because you'll be able to pretty much eyeball that center. But I'm going to take my ruler, place it on that mark, take my stylus, and just get a groove. And then I'll do the same thing over here. So I'm just placing my ruler right there at the edge of that score mark. I'll line it up with that mark at the top, and I'm going to score. And now I have my little triangle that's going to make it easier to get that gabled look. So all I'm going to do is just condition this a little bit so that it will fold naturally. And all you need to do is just take your paper, wherever you've made that triangle, and then just sort of bend it. So now everything is ready to go. So this is the glue flap. We're going to take this piece, bring it over and join it. This becomes the back of the box. So this is what we want to keep standing, which means we're going to take this piece right here and we're going to fold it over. And I am going to do that using glue. Now you can use tape if you want. I'm just using my glue because I happen to have it out. So I'll place some glue on that. I'm going to fold it in, use my big old spatula to get that stuck. And now we have a nice sturdy edge to this so it won't get ragged and rough. And now, y'all, we are going to put this together. So I am going to take my glue, place my glue on this glue flap, and now that I have the glue on the glue flap, we can just bring this side over and match it. So you want to make sure that you're matching it here at the top, and you want to make sure that the score mark here is aligned with the score mark here. So now that I have it matched, I'll just lay it down, and now we have a sweet flat fold box. I am going to go on the inside and make sure that I have that nice and stuck. And so before I glue the whole thing together, I am going to go ahead and place down these pieces. And I'll be placing them down just like that. So I could go outside and spray. It's really hot outside today, so I'm not going to do that, because it might cause my spray to dry a little bit quicker than I want it to. I might not get a chance to get back to my desk before that spray starts to dry. I could have run this through my sticker maker, but for those of you who don't have a sticker maker, you can use your tape on this. You can even use your tape runner if you have a good quality tape runner that you're using. So I am just going to make sure that I have tape going across the top as well as the bottom. And then I'm just going to add a few strips of tape right here in the center. And now I'll have a pretty good stick. So if you're placing down tape, that is how I would place the tape on this. I wouldn't worry about using those sheets to cover this whole thing, because that really is a waste of your money. You don't even have to put as much tape on here as I have used. You can even use your thinner strips. You can even use your thinner rolls of tape, but I happen to have my 1-inch out. I'm going to go ahead and add the tape to the back of this one, and I'll be right back. All right, y'all, so I have peeled the tape from the backs of both of my pieces. So I am just going to take this piece and I'm going to place it down as carefully as I can, trying to get it centered. Might not be perfect, but that's okay. Then I'll use my big old spatula to make sure that I have everything nice and covered. And you can see just how nice that looks. I am going to do the same thing on this side. So I am going to take this piece, we're going to put it down and get it stuck. Okay, so now that we have the front and back covered, we're going to go ahead and put the box together. So I'll just stand it up like this. We're going to fold in the two sides, and I'm just going to add a little bit of glue to these. Then we'll take this back piece and fold it over. And I'll add some glue here, some glue here. And then I'm just going to add some glue on this front flap. And we'll get everything nice and stuck. So now that I have my glue, I'll take this piece and fold it over. Stand it up to make sure I have it nice and squared. Then I can go on the inside, and I'm just going to put my hand in while I press that box closed. This really is a large box. It's about the size of today's cereal boxes. Y'all know back in the day, the cereal boxes used to be pretty large, but now the cereal boxes aren't. They're about this size, but they cost about $17,000 for a box of cereal. Now I can go ahead and just pinch, and you can see how, because I did those triangles, I have those nice indentions on both sides. So when we pinch in, we're simply going to fold that piece over the top. But before we do, so I'm going to take my piece that measures 7 1/8 by 5, and I'm just going to place it down. I'll try to get it straight. Hopefully it will be. And then I can bring it up and over. So I'll get it stuck there. And then I'll close it here. Get it nice and stuck. And then I'll just take that and fold it over. So now I have that nice finish on the back, as well as the nice topper on the front. And so I'll use my big old spatula just to make sure that everything is nice and smooth. And now we have a nice topper on our box. So I did cut out one of the little banner pieces, and I am simply going to place that right here. And I won't be able to get all of it showing, but I will get enough so that the message that I am conveying is very clear. So I am going to take my glue, and this paper is from the Xyron Let It Snow collection. And I am just going to get as much of the words across the front as I can. So I will be able to get a pretty good message that says, "Faithful friends who are dear to us, gather near to us." And I'll fold that over. And now I'll use my big old spatula just to go across and make sure that I have everything nice and stuck. And don't y'all think that is just so pretty. So on this one, I use my magnets, and I have my washi tape there just holding that magnet in place until it dries. But we can also use Velcro dots. So that's what I'm going to go with on this one. I'm going to take that Velcro dot and put it right there. And then I'll fold this over, get everything nice and even. And then I'll squeeze to get that Velcro dot down. Then I'll open it very carefully so that I don't pull the Velcro dot away from the paper. And then I can go on the inside and just smooth out the Velcro dot, and you can see how pretty this is. This is so gorgeous, y'all. I wish you could see it in person. So now we're going to make that little loop handle for the back. And we have our 10 3/4 by 2 3/8 inch piece. And we're going to score at 1/2 inch and at 2. And ordinarily, I would have made this loop first. I didn't because I forgot. I like to make my handles or my loops first because I like for them to have a chance to set up and harden. But it's okay if you don't. So we're going to take our glue, place our glue on the inside, and then I'll fold that over. I'm going to place my glue on this piece, fold it over, get it nice and stuck, and then I'll just use my big old spatula to give myself a little curl to this. So I am going to set that to the side for just a moment while we add an embellishment to this. So that'll give it a little bit of a chance to dry. And on this one, I added an actual Christmas ornament, and it is one of those beautiful white glittery reindeer that you can find at the Dollar Tree. You don't have to put anything as elaborate or as chunky as this on yours, but when I'm making bags like this, especially special bags, I do like to take an ornament and just put it down as my decorative piece. And that's exactly what I'm going to do here as well. I have this ornament from the Dollar Tree. It is a snowflake, but it is so elegant. Hard to believe that it was only $1, but I am going to take some of my hot glue and just place hot glue right there because I don't want it coming undone. Then I'm just going to place it like that, and we'll give this just a moment to dry. And I'm also going to go on the inside just to make sure I'm getting a really good stick with that hot glue and my bag. So now I'll close this, and I'm going to take that loop, and when I put that loop on, I'm going to put it right there, and it'll look just like this on the bag. So I'll take my glue. I could have used my hot glue, but I just happened to grab my wet glue, which is Reptile. Going to hold it beautifully, and then I can take this and I'll put it down just like that. So we just need to give this a moment to dry. You can see how gorgeous that is on the back, and you can definitely see how gorgeous it is on the front. So y'all, this is some easy peasy upscale posh paper crafting that I know you're going to love because I absolutely love these. And so all you need to do now is just hang a Christmas tag from right here, place your gift on the inside, and just blow the socks off of the person that would get this beautiful box. It is absolutely gorgeous, as is this one. These are two beautiful, beautiful bags. And red, white, and green are my favorite Christmas colors, but I do love the occasional pop of just that silvery blue that we can find in some of our Christmas papers. I mean, look at how gorgeous these are. So when finished, you have a bag that is 10 3/4 by 7 1/4, and it's 2.5 inches deep. Y'all, these are big. So I hope that you have liked this project, and I hope that it has inspired you. If it has, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join this amazing online crafting family. Guys, on this channel, we do it like no other. So as always, please be safe, be kind, happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.